the cat's out of the bag.
We got parts.
Each guy has his list.
We're gonna be checking a lot of stuff.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's a whole new bike.
But enough of the gabagoo.
We're having fun with bikes.
Well, the cat's out of the bag. What did they see on probably the last episode? What did we just pick up?
We got some new bikes, man, and
New to us.
They're new to us, but they're 05s and 01s, and we're going to start putting parts on them and building them and getting ready for Sturgis.
So we had a lot of interesting comments. We've had people say, keep them OG,
Yeah.
but most of the comments were, hey, we can't wait to see what you do and how you build these bikes. So in this video, that's what you're gonna see. We've got our good friend Rob Scott with us. He's gonna start wrenching. We're gonna start wrenching. We've got some carburetors. Each guy has his list. Maybe we should talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the goal this year, the plan, the reason we got these bikes is we are riding carbureted bikes to Sturgis 2025. Even though we have about 8 or 9 weeks until we leave for Sturgis, because we got the ride to Milwaukee, because we got a busy shop to run and all this and all that, we only have like 5 to 7 working days to refresh the bikes and throw all the parts that we want to put on these bikes. So it's going to be, it might be a little tight.
It's something very, very special, and it's a first for us to have an older bike that we're going to Sturgis with. So the journey's going to be amazing. We're going to do different things on the journey, but I cannot wait to get into this. So stay tuned, man.
Thrashing is going to be on the bikes that are carbureted. We're going to be on bikes that are carbureted. It's going to be a great trip to Sturgis, but my parts list says only parts because I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I may have to keep some OG stuff on.
Well, I'm hoping that Thrashing doesn't show up the morning we're leaving for Sturgis on their fuel-injected bikes and laugh at us and say, haha, we tricked you guys.
And I've owned a few carbureted bikes and a few carbureted Harleys, but I think the exciting part is on the 2024s and the new bikes. You know you're going to get there on time and in one piece, and on these, that's kind of the exciting part.
Duct tape, baling wire, what are we going to bring?
Let's get to the build because we've got fueling, we've got legend.
Let's show him. So Galen's been very specific. He wants to put some parts on his bike. LC, you want to tell me what you got going on?
Well, we know that some of the things that we're going to do over here, we're going to do over here. Tires are a must because we have really old original tires that are cracked up. We're going to do some suspension, brake pads, bleed the brakes, floorboards, brake arm. We're going to go through the list as we go and check it off because I want to ride on something that I know has been serviced and ready for action.
But I don't know if I'm going to run all this yet. I'm still debating. I'm going to spend this weekend thinking about it because I think there's some really cool things on this bike. There's lots of engine cover parts. There's some
rotor covers.
Really interesting pieces. Yeah, the rotor covers are great, man. But Josh, what are you going to do to your Dyna?
I'm kind of in a similar boat where I want to keep this bike somewhat stock because it has this bitchin' air cleaner on. It has these Screaming Eagle pipes and all these stock chrome parts that were from the catalog from the time. Yes, there's going to be a couple of things. We're going to keep the original parts anyway, but for the most part, just like Lance says, tires, this thing being a lowrider with 12-inch rear suspension, I'm going to need a little more travel. So I'm going to go with the 13-inch Legend Revo A's, which have an inch of sag. So you're still at 12, but you bottom out at 12 essentially. The Aggressor mini floorboards, those have plenty of grip, and now that I don't have a big fairing and lowers, I will want my feet to have something solid to rest on and have some grip. Aggressor pass pegs, gonna do all the Thrashing foot controls like the shift lever, shift tip, shift linkage. Memphis Shades was kind enough to get me set up with a Memphis Shades Rio Grande shield, which should get the job done while still having that classic look for wind protection. Of course, the Saddleman step up. Working on the saddlebag situation because that bike does not quite have the same type of room that bike has for packing. 9.5 pullbacks, probably mid bends, fueling air cleaner, brake clutch lines, all that stuff. So the list grows.
So we're going to check off parts on this list, and I think when maybe you can follow us along as we're checking it off, but maybe he'll write what he put on, whatever he decides.
I just want parts, man. That's all I need, brother.
And then in this episode, they're busy today, so we're going to show up on Monday. What are we going to go do in that truck?
We are going to go do a little shopping spree at Thrash and Supply, and we're going to pick out what we want. We'll make that a good time. We're going to go see their showroom, see what we like, add it to the list, and go from there.
But enough of the gabagoo.
Gabagoo.
Let's get working on the bikes.
Okay, let's get
go
working
now.
on the bikes. And real quick, like you said, we got such a great response to the first drop of this video with this series. People are excited. We're super excited. We're just having fun, okay? We're sharing our experiences. The format might change from time to time, but we're just dudes with a camera and some motorcycles.
And you know what? It's all about motorcycles.
People have asked what I'm going to name, like Purple Haze, Purple Rain.
Ooh,
I don't know yet. I'm working on that. You may see me in an Elvis costume at some point.
All right, let's get wrenching.
Let's do this.
All right, Rob Dog, what do we got going on today with Lance's bike?
So we're gonna be checking a lot of stuff. So right now we're draining the fluids. We got some Mikuni carbs these guys got. We're throwing those on, some new fuel lines, petcocks. Right now we're checking Lance's brake fluid. Got a little brake fluid tester, checks the moisture in your brake fluid.
So it shouldn't be red though, right?
Whoa!
So immediately 3%. So we're definitely gonna be swapping that out today.
And I was just curious, do we have to pay for the assistant that you brought?
He's the one getting paid. I'm free labor.
There's a couple of things we're doing today. We're going to show you guys a little bit of it.
We certainly are, and you know what? I can't wait to see that air cleaner on there. I'm on the fence on some of the stuff, but I think I'm going to go new on a lot of it just for the hell of it. And I'm having so much fun with it, so fun.
What's going on here, Matt? You taking the brand new Street Glide for a little spin?
I am. I'm very interested in the thrash and the bar setup on here. So
Yep, that
I'm
came
gonna try it
out
out.
pretty good. We're gonna have to do something similar on the 20-year-old version of that bike.
Isn't that crazy? We've got a 2005 Ultra or Electric Glide, and we've got the 2025 Street Glide Ultra. Crazy that we have 20 years apart on these two bikes, and we're going to
Absolutely.
set it up just like that one.
Yep. So Rob has replaced the carb with the Mikuni 42. Mikuni was kind enough to swing by because they're only 10 minutes away from us, right around the corner, with a couple of brand new carbs.
Yeah, I think we're going to do it on my bike, the Road King, and also this bike, Lance's bike. I think we're going to leave Josh's alone.
Yeah.
But
So
man, I love that.
from what we've heard, the stock CV carbs do have a slight advantage with the vacuum system that they use, maybe equalizing the pressure a little bit in high altitude, yada yada. The baggers, Lance's bike and Galen's bike, were sitting for a couple years idle, not really, getting maintained, whereas my bike was ridden and maintained very well. We had some great comments on the first video about that and the cam chain tensioners. So
Yeah, and actually these carburetors are Screaming Eagle carburetors, and
Gotcha.
they're really good, but we don't have the time to get rebuild kits and all that, so the next best thing, or even better thing, is the Mikuni.
yeah, buddy. So what do we got knocked out so far, Rob?
So we have the carb in. We're replacing all the fuel lines, just freshening everything up while we're in here. Replacing all of the OEM clamps with the little hose clamp style, just in case we need to fix something on the road. If these guys break down, God forbid. It's easy to quick disconnect everything. Once we get this hooked up, we'll get the fueling air cleaner hooked up.
Damn, that's gonna look so sick.
Nice.
How is
Yeah,
the
buddy.
fitment back here?
Fitment's good. We had clearance on the cables. You had a nice little cutout in the tank to kind of cubby up in there. No contact to anything. So yeah, we're looking solid so far.
Right on. What's up, Kato? You helping? That's a good boy.
All right, so we would need a new primary gasket and a tensioner.
I mean, it's not terrible. I would just hate for it to all of a sudden start deteriorating on you because it's, original.
Old. Yeah. Yeah, I just called our buddies from, oh, he's still here.
I don't know how to turn it off.
I don't either.
We're talking inner primary chain tensioners and the age. Really thought that we were running birth year bikes, but I think the old guys had problems sourcing a bike that age.
They don't make them that age, brother.
And it would
Thanks
be-
for your help.
It'd be the least fair for me because I'm the oldest guy.
So what's
yeah,
going
we
on
just
down here?
called- We've had a lot of comments saying check the tensioner and the chain, and the chain is actually tight. We can see a little bit of wear in the tensioner itself. So I think the call, we've got enough time right now. We'll order up a couple primary gaskets and a couple tensioners, and we'll refit Lance and my bike. Yours should be fine, but we'll take a look at that one as well.
You know, it looks pretty dang clean in there. I might want to run it, but maybe not. You guys probably won't let me. So
It's all a gamble.
Yeah.
I don't. By the way, this heat feels in a shaded garage, and we're working on it. Let alone being in Page, Arizona, and it's 100 and something degrees on the side of the road. I'd rather not do it then.
Anyway,
Me and
so-
you can do meet and greets, and me and you can be at our event at the Board's Nest Roadhouse in Leeds, South Dakota, on August 3rd. What do the first 100 people get? I'm sorry.
A t-shirt and a hamburger. But let me just say something else. So he can change whatever he wants on his bike. If Evan and Luke told me to change something on the bike, I'm changing it.
Facts.
So that's what I'm going to do.
yeah, they're being very cautious, which is actually a good thing because it could be 110 riding the Sturgis this year.
What's the risk-reward factor?
No gamble, no future.
I guess we have to call Juan, but you know what? I'll be at Boar's Nest too, because even if I'm sitting on the back of your diner.
When is it?
August 3rd, 11
Sunday.
to 2 on a Sunday, yes.
11 to 1.
Come and see us, come and meet us, take some pictures. Thrashin' will be there, Harley will be there. It's going to be a good time.
Grab some food and a free t-shirt.
Oh, hey, Paul. Well, it's a new day.
What a great day. Day 2, Rob spent the whole day with us helping wrench on the bike, and today we're going to do the purple people eater. We're putting a Mikuni carb on it, 42 millimeter, the Fueling BA air filter. We've got the vented dipstick. We heard you loud and clear to check the tensioner, so we're doing that. We've got a new tensioner pad, changing all the liquids and the fluids. Brake check, everything today is going to go on the purple people eater. Oh, we're going to do rear suspension as well. Then all we have left to do is brake pads and tires and shine these babies up.
And you did the Revo A's,
Revo
right?
A.
Okay, good to know.
So mine was at the doctor all day yesterday, and the doctor said everything's good. The tensioner, everything he went through that Galen just explained, checked out real good. So it's going to be another fun day. I can't wait. I love seeing this stuff happen.
All right, doctor, what's the prognosis? Give it to me straight.
So far, so good. So on Galen's bike, he actually, when we replaced the carbs today, we're going to be replacing the petcock also. It looks like his petcock is a little old, leaking a little bit of gas out of there. So
That happens when you turn 50, right?
58.
yeah, but we replaced all that on Lance's bike yesterday. New fuel line, new carburetor. So when we go through on this one, we're just going to add the petcock in there, just freshen everything up, maybe drain the fluids out of the gas, fresh gas, get this thing dialed in for the trip.
Right on. And this thing is getting some, you already said that, Revo A's. We did learn, I don't know if you guys saw the comment, when we first picked up the bikes, you made a comment about, hey, there's air suspension, but there's no air compressor, there's no pump. Apparently on these, from what a couple comments said, it is a hand pump.
It is.
Okay, so it's not something that's on board on the bike, but you still can't control it. There still are shocks that could get you down the road. We just happen to have access to these through our store.
Well, I have to change mine. The boots are bad. They're torn apart. So it's, it's 25 years old, so that happened. So I've got to change mine out. Lance's look pretty good, but at the same time, 20 years,
Yeah, I mean, we're used to being on these brand new bikes and riding around the country 100 miles an hour and having a good time. Now we're really stepping backwards, so we got to make sure these are right when we hit Sturgis.
Yeah, I think we had a record number of comments on the video where you picked up these bikes, which is great, and there's always going to be a couple interesting ones. We did have a couple people say, what's so special about riding carbureted bikes? You people have been doing that for... and they're losing their mind. We just think it's a fun theme. Everybody in the group is doing it. It's going to be just something different for us because, like you said, we're used to being on the brand new bikes. And we're just going back in time a little bit, and it's great.
But what I want is when you guys see us in Sturgis or on the road, pull up and check out this purple people eater. I mean, this thing has covers over the rotors. We're going to keep all that stuff on. The guy that owned it, I think the original owner, put a bunch of accents to it, bolt covers and all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
So come check out all the details on this thing.
What have you been doing, Paulie? A bunch of orders?
Making orders, making things
My
happen.
guy.
He's our dude, man.
He's making it happen.
Paul, Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
You got an issue? 1-800, call Paul. LC wrenching on his own bike. What's up, dude? What'd you just finish up?
We just put the Revo A's on there. Got some nice suspension going now.
But so we're finding out things with these bikes as we're working on them. So we went to put the bottom mount on, And what was in the way?
Well, there was this thing and the shock wasn't fitting. It was a black piece of metal bolted on, and I guess it was a lowering kit, but it also held the air ride, and it was in the way, so we had to take it off.
Yeah, it was a lowering bracket. And now as we move to the fishtails, we just figured out they have their own separate bracket. So I've got to order under bag bracket. I'm doing the 2-into-1 Chrome Works.
Look at
So
those things,
it's crazy. Stuff you find on these things.
Makes it fun.
Just letting the oils drain out, pulling off the air cleaner right now. We're gonna start tearing the carb off, get this new Mikuni put on.
Right on. Yeah, these bikes have been sitting for a bit, and this bike in particular, the carb was leaking, the gas was damn near orange, so a rebuild would work, but a fresh Mikuni, he's nice.
One really nice thing is the 3 bikes that we picked up are actually really nice. They have low miles, they look like they've been taken care of, so that's a good thing.
Business guy, always on the phone when we're trying to leave.
Trying to hop in the truck and go get some stuff. So that's what we're waiting for right there.
So it's probably day 7 or 8 of working on the bikes. Rob's been wrenching away while we've been wrenching away. You guys have got a handful of stuff done, and he's just getting started on mine. What's going on?
Well, we are headed out to thrashing. We're going to do a little bit of part picking today. I'm still not clear on what I want to do.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm going to do chrome or black boards, but we're going to go check that out and we'll see.
I know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to wait to let you see it. And we're going to get in the big green truck and go for a ride.
The 56. Let's do it.
So you'll want to pay attention to this part of the video because we're going to put these parts on the bike.
Yes, sir.
What? I got to go in the middle?
You're in the middle, baby.
All right. That he was driving not so good.
He wasn't driving good, man. He was like turning right, but from the left lane a mile away and slowing down like a slowman. You know.
Been a rough ride today.
What's up, Pinball Wizard?
Hey, here we are in the Thrashing showroom, and it's all a little bit different now. They took the couch out. They have more bikes, but check out their new pinball machine. And look, it's a Harley-Davidson. Motorcycles up there.
Have you decided what? Whoa, he decided something.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do chrome.
Good man.
I am. I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to go with the Aggressor or the OG. We'll wait for Chance and we'll take a look at that stuff, man.
And these new
Look at the new skid
carbon
plates.
skid plates are bitching.
Color.
We just got those on our website as well. I think I want to make some coffee. I'm slowly dying, aren't we all? My savior.
I might have one of those.
Oh man.
Can you get a
See you in
smaller
5.
version of that?
Sir Chance-a-Lot, are we going for a shopping spree today?
I think we've got most of it already.
You did it for us?
Yeah.
All right.
This morning. All right, let me go get
What do we got going on?
Well, we're still kind of working through this, but I'm going to go with chrome, and I'm going to see if I can get some black pegs to go off, contrast that chrome a little bit.
What's up with the red? What's going on here?
The Aggressor.
I want to put red on my bike because it's
Really?
got such a good blue color, and the logo on the bike is red.
I like
and
that.
The BA air filter has the red in it, so it just, I think it's going to set it up because I was watching Lance ride the other day on his new bike, the Road Glide. It's black and the red from the front almost looked like it was light. It had a great look, so I'm going to try it.
I like it. I am going with the Aggressors in chrome. I'm going to mostly go with all chrome on the Dyna, especially with little to no wind protection on the Dyna. I think this will really be great having the boots kind of stuck on there. Good size. What's up, dude?
Check it out. I'm mostly excited for the fact that you guys are all going to be on carbureted bikes and that we got this going, because I don't even think personally that my dad's ever ever technically owned and ridden a carbureted bike this far. And I don't know
The
about
last
you.
time I was on a carbureted bike, I was 16 and it was my motocross bike.
So you never really had a carbureted Harley?
No, never.
Yeah. And you might have had a carbureted
I
Harley,
had an 86 FXR.
but not for long.
What is two?
Nah, that thing was trouble.
We're gonna go 1,500 miles
Right.
just to get there. So I'm pretty excited for that. I'm pretty excited to experience that. They run different. You know, we've had a couple carbureted guys with us on the rides.
Yep.
Rob Scott was on a ride with us once with a carbureted bike, and his fuel mileage was awful. Every like 75 miles. Literally, if the thing said next gas stop, 100 miles, we were screwed.
Right. Had to use the bottle once or twice.
Yeah. So I think it'll be exciting. It'll put another twist to it, and I think I'm excited to see you guys.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah. What do you got?
I talked to a guy yesterday, and it might have something to do with the river raft.
Oh yeah, this year's gonna be fun. This is gonna be a new year. This will be my 10th time or 11th time going. My first time riding a carbureted bike there.
Yeah.
A couple of fun things that we're gonna add to the mix and make it exciting.
But I gotta say, the more we do, I am really, really looking forward to this. I'm excited.
Since I've said that there's carbureted bikes, Eddie, who helps us work on bikes here, he rides a FXR to Sturgis a lot.
Yep.
He's like, I might be down to go with you guys.
Yeah.
So it's kind of also bringing on some new heads that would be stoked to ride. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I've had my carbureted FXR before I even started riding in Sturgis. My first chopper had a carbureted SNS on it. Like, I've had carbureted bikes. I've ridden them, you know, multi-100-mile trips. I've ridden my FXR to Vegas. I've done some long rides on my carbureted bikes. But it's just the fact that there's going to be over a dozen of us all coming together, all in carbureted bikes. And I say this. I just saw your guys' post that you guys are going on a tour to Milwaukee, like starting in a week.
Yes.
And I don't know when this video is going live, and you should put this in because I think it also timestamps it. You guys also have quite a bit of road travel ahead of you. A lot of trips, a lot of stuff going on, and you still looks like you got a lot of work ahead of you.
We're just kicking it down right now, man. This
I don't
is
want
the
to keep
miles.
you guys here too long because you guys got to get.
We gotta get to
have
work.
some bikes to build.
Let's do this.
Running and gunning, dude.
I'm trying to go get some lunch.
Yep. Got me a bar bag. Forgot about that. These boys always get excited, speed off, leave all the real work to me. Just kidding. I'm stoked to have parts. We're all stoked to have parts. I think we might go get some lunch, but let me unload these real quick. Thank you, fine sir. He helps out sometimes. Wow.
We just want to thank this guy for hooking us up. You know
What's
what?
up?
We're gonna have these bikes great, and we can't wait to do this whole journey.
Yeah, and these parts that we're putting on, we've got some new stuff. The Aggressor model line, we've run them on our Street Glide, and they're great.
So hey,
Thank you, man.
let's go get to
Yeah,
work.
thank you guys. We're having fun with bikes, and we're also doing some wrenching. And I don't think we're gonna ride this carbureted bike to Sturgis, but we also just like got inspired and we're cleaning it up, putting a fresh set of forks on it, and
Get her up and running.
enjoy wrenching, boys.
There you go. We'll see you.
Good to see you, Chance.
Good to see you too, brother.
You too.
Of course.
See you, Grant.
Later, Josh. Good
See you,
to
Andres.
Hi, Josh.
Bye.
Made it back home. How about that?
You got parts, dude.
We got parts. We're unloading the truck now, and now it's gonna get serious around here.
Oh, it's been serious.
Well, while we were gone, Rob got the Fueling VA air cleaner on the Dyna, got the Revo A suspension on the rear as well. What else you got planned for this thing today?
So we got oils, all three, front rear brake flush, front rear brake pads, all the thrashing parts you guys just picked up.
You removed the smog can too, right?
Removed the evaporative canister, you're correct.
Right on. And then what'd you find while we were gone?
So I found you need a front motor mount. So I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up on the camera, but down here You got a lot of wear, and it's kind of pulling apart down here.
Did you check all of them?
Yeah.
The other bikes
You
as well?
guys
We're good?
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys have a different style mount
Yeah.
than these dynos. These ones wear out a lot.
You were doing that before and it would shut off.
Yeah, it'll eventually shut off.
Why are there 2 of these?
Yeah, no good.
So on the Dyna, I ended up going with the Mikuni because Rob was saying it was the CV was running a little weird, idling kind of odd,
Got a
didn't quite
rough
trust
idle.
it.
Probably would have needed some new jets, at least for sure a full carb rebuild.
Okay.
I mean, we had the Mikuni here. It was fresh.
Yep, same deal. All of these carbs could have easily been rebuilt. We acknowledge it's not that expensive, but we did have these Mikunis here. Figured we'd use them. We'll see how this all goes at high elevation, but either way, it should be a good time. So he's bolting this together. We're gonna get fired up in a few, but little by little, we're coming along. Well, I came in this morning and I saw a little bit of what LC did. What's up with the red, dude? I kind of dig it.
Yeah, I'm liking it. You know, the tank has the red, and then with the fueling air filter, I thought, let's go red and see what it's like. It's looking good, but you know, as you do these bikes, little things happen. The brake reservoir mount bracket is bent, so it's binding up on the brake arm. So we're gonna have to figure out how we can bend this back.
Yeah, I went to go take the Dyna to lunch, and it made the sound of having a dead battery, click, 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 click. And so I took the bagger. We got back from lunch. I went to go start it. Started right up. So Nick came by the shop to pick up some parts. He has a Dyna, and he said, always check your battery leads because with all the rumbling of the twin cam, things can loosen up. So we're gonna check that. Check, make sure the battery's not toast.
Well, tomorrow Rob's going to bring the ohm meter and we'll check all the different areas of the charging system. But I think we should still buy you a new battery just in case.
And that being said, we've also been informed that on this generation of Dyna, the harness is quite a hassle to deal with. If you want to go with taller bars, you have to do some splicing or get a very expensive harness. We're trying to keep this budget down. So instead of going with the 9.5 and mid-bend bars, I may go with like a 6.5 and mid. We'll see once we start tearing into it. With that, we won't have to replace brake, clutch, or harness, which saves us time and money.
And it's also that brake line too, because it's not very pliable.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna have to bend it a little anyway. Same on my bike.
So we'll see.
But
I think
we'll
the
see.
windshield for my bike is showing up in a couple of days. Today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you guys have seen probably like 5 or 6 or 7 days of action in this video alone because we're just kind of documenting the process little by little as time goes on.
Well, I think what I've just decided is since that's a little bit bent, it might take a lot of work. I'm riding my 2024. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't think that's
I gotta get the phone. All right, so you got the Mikuni on there, you tighten the battery leads.
Battery leads, got the Mikuni on there, threw a new fuel line on there when we had everything pulled apart, some hose clamps, put the fueling air cleaner back on.
Are you confident?
I am 80% confident.
80% of the time, 100% of the time.
Two throttles. just to
Two
get the
throttles, a
start.
little
There you
juice
go.
in there. 1 second, please. So while the battery's charging, I've gotten a handful of questions on how am I gonna pack all the camera gear because I'm not bringing the Pelican. I picked up this nomadic bag a while back. I guess I still have clothes in there. One side is like a carry-on, so I'll try and fit some clothes in there. But the other side is divided kind of like the Pelican case, so I can fit a handful of cameras in there. Gonna pack a little lighter than the usual trips. We're not gonna bring the whole rig and this and that, but a couple action cameras, drone. And this bad boy came with a little luggage rack on the sissy bar. So gonna trust my life savings worth of camera gear right on the back of there. And then gonna put a mission duffel on this side and got some surprise saddlebags in the works, which you guys will see at some point. So I think it'll work.
Board free number 16. Board free number 16. Board free 16.
All right, we watched the video premiere. We've left the Dyna on the tender. So we will unplug it. All right, Rob, you confident?
Well, your battery is from February of 2023, so you got a 2-year-old battery, and who knows how long this thing's been sitting for, so we'll see.
That's a good point. And she's dead again. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. I gotta go home. So it's a new day. It's definitely the battery on the Dyna. First thing this morning, we started it and it started right up after being on the tender all night. We'll show you guys that in a bit. What are you guys working on right over here?
So we have a little problem with Lance's bike. Rob's diagnosing that right now. So Lance and I are going to tear apart your bars and risers and get the new ones on.
Isn't this great? I just get to work on the computer while you guys are wrenching away. Rob dog, what's going on with this thing?
Looks like you got a stock drum. You can shift up. You cannot shift down. I'm just took off the top of the transmission cover, kind of just checking inside of there, checking out the drum.
This is why we're doing this somewhat ahead of time.
I'm glad we're what, 6 weeks away from Sturgis, and we're about to head out on a 2-week trip or a week and a half trip. Sorry.
Yeah, so we're going to be gone next Friday. We're going to have a great time. I'm really looking forward to that ride, but it's like then in your brain you're going, we got to get these bikes going. And we want to ride them, but we're going to be gone, and we're going to have, what, 2 weeks to ride them when we're back?
Yeah, a few weeks. We need to get some break-in miles on them.
So yeah, once these things are all put together, we're going to go head down to the coast, show you guys a day ride, take them out, put some miles down, fingers crossed, pray for the best.
We
I
hope.
think it'll be good.
We hope.
Tires should be here next week.
Figured out that shifting issue, huh?
Yeah, Rob got in there and just kind of checked the little spring tension, this and that, little oil on it. Boom, it's like brand new. Just took the rear shifter off. It's a weird thing. It's just a rubber. You got to grab it and undo it. And now, hey, there it is.
Yeah, that red looks pretty bitchin'. Once you put the bags on, everything
like
kind of fills out.
I'm going to maybe go around the block in a minute on it just to feel it, you know.
Well,
I can't wait for the handlebars, but...
It'll help get some oil up in that
Yeah.
hub there as well.
Great. You can't shift into second when you're using the heel because it's too close to the board for now, but we're going to adjust all that and get it all nice. But it runs good, and I'm digging it.
All right, so the bars are on. We went with the 6-inch straight risers and the high bend bar. It feels like the perfect height. We had them mocked up before. Now everything is wired up. We had to externally wire it because otherwise we would not have enough harness to make it through here. So we're just kind of going to set it up. Rob's going to tighten them down. I think that's good right there.
What did you say the total height was?
11 and a half.
11 and a half.
So it's good. I wouldn't mind it being a little bit closer, a little bit higher, but I think for the long haul, especially given I'm going to have a big duffel I'm leaning up against, it'll be damn near perfect. So I'm glad we tried out a couple different things. I think the 6.5 and the mids would have been a little low, but damn.
Looking good.
Perfect. Yeah.
What do you think, Rob?
Looks nice.
Looks
Like
nice.
Black and chrome combo with the paint.
Nice.
Very nice.
Dang, look at that thing. We got the Speedway perch clamps. We got the 6-inch straights and the high bends in black. Looking good. Guess we might as well start it up, make sure she's all working. Dude, that's a whole new bike. So bitchin'. I got to straighten out the risers a little bit, but God, it feels so good. I like.
It's a pretty good
So you
bar.
started tearing this thing down yesterday, and I just came in like 20 minutes ago, and you already got bars on. What's going on, dude?
Well, Rob is very organized, and he keeps all his stuff together, and he's swift on what he's doing. So together we got this here.
Wow.
And I mean, without Rob,
Dude, that
the
looks
fairing
so
would have been
sick.
interesting, but he was able to get it here. We're here now. We're going to do this.
Gotta cut out the front nacelle for the risers so you can pop that back on there.
It's going to be a beautiful fit. I'm really excited the way this bike's come out with the floorboards, the air cleaner, the suspension. I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready for Sturgis.
Let's see the arm position.
I mean,
Looking
it
good.
gives me room to...
Yeah, it's natural. You're not reaching for it, but it's right where it needs to be. And that's 6.5 pullbacks and mid bends.
Yes.
Nice.
With an adapter plate.
All right.
Helped that Lance kind of got everything disassembled last night, so he kind of came in this morning and just got right to it, throwing everything back on, and should have a riding bike here the next 30-40 minutes.
You. G-Man, you've been wrenching on your bike. You want to show me what you got going on? So, you got it torn down.
So interesting top tree and Very simple to get all this stuff out. Just pull the headlight lamp out, get all the screws out, pop this off. I'm going to put some good and tights in there, put my risers and bars, and we'll be set.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the Road King. Everything is super accessible. The one thing we'll have to figure out, which I knew of when I had my Road King but never actually got around to, is the riser cover with the lock. Basically they make, you could cut this out, but with the metal it's pretty difficult. So on Amazon you can get them, or there's plenty of other companies that make them. I found one on Amazon for $59 that will be here tomorrow in chrome.
Okay.
Anyway, it comes with cutouts here so the risers fit through that. You can still keep that lock clean and hidden, and then it basically mounts right there. So we'll throw in hard mount bushings or poly bushings.
And part of the reason to do that is you want to keep this decorative piece, otherwise you got kind of some holes in the headlamp and it looks ugly. So thank you for getting that for me.
Yep, absolutely.
Did you say that would be here tomorrow?
It'll be here tomorrow, it says.
Tomorrow's Saturday. No one will be here.
I'll have it shipped to my house.
All right, well, let's get to work.
All right. How are things looking, LC?
Looking good, man. Look, we got the linkage on the side there. Bars are done. Put this on, and you know it needs a bath, and then front brake pads and rear brake pads and tires, and that's it.
What's up with all the foot controls, G-Man? You haven't started yet?
No, we'll get this done today. Get the bars on first, and then I've got the aggressor boards, passenger boards. I'm going to go chrome and black on the shift peg and brake arm peg.
I like that. That'll be cool. A little bit of black accent, but a lot of chrome. The bar bag's going to look gangster. You take that thing for a spin or what?
I sure did, up and down the street. This thing is going to be so fun to ride. The carb, it feels like a dirt bike, that snappy ripping going on. So I'm pretty excited to get this out on the road.
Yep. All right, so she's all put together. You're checking my primary chain tensioner.
Yeah, so the shoe looks good. Doesn't look like there's too much wear on it, but pushing on the chain on the inside, you definitely got a loose primary chain, so we're gonna adjust that before we bolt it up and fill it with some fresh fluids.
Right on. And my bike is pretty much done. Just waiting on the windshield from Memphis Shades. We're gonna get a new battery on order, and then some saddlebags are in the works. Other than that, tires, and I think she's good to go. So I am working on the video that you guys are watching right now, but Galen just texted me and said, come check out the bars. So they must be wrenching on the Road King. Let's go see it. Yo, what's up with those handlebars?
Let me show you, man. We did the 6.5-inch pullback with the high bend bar.
And I will say real quick, I ordered this plate on Amazon. It said it would fit 2003 and up, but not 2001. That being said, it works perfect with a 2001, and it was like, I don't know, $60.
But we did have to install the screws, and then we had to just tap it down a little bit, because I think that's maybe the fitment issue, but it does work for sure.
Dude, that looks perfect. Wow.
I got my thrash and bar bag. I can put my sunglasses in here. Little extra goodies here.
Nice.
Pistol carry. What?
I kind of like that mini windshield, but you're probably going to want something bigger for...
I think we're going to go with the Clockworks. We'll see. But so the purple Peep Leader is now the last bike to be worked on. Waiting on some exhaust. Rob's going to put on the foot controls. We'll get some pictures with this thing today. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this drop, man.
I don't know who wouldn't want this setup on there, because the big wheelbarrow stuff is not cool. He looks cool now. He had fun in the
But he's
other way,
also going to not have shoulder pain and feel better and be sitting up straight and be ergonomically correct. The apes that come on the Road Kings are typically better than the other bikes, but that is just...
They were decent, but this is perfect. In the 6.5 with the high bend, we didn't have to do any cable adjustment. We bent the brake line just a little bit, but we did need new cables because we broke those out. But it's perfect height. I mean, I'm going to feel really comfortable on this.
Nice. It's like new paint.
Wait till we cut this thing up, man. It's going to be great.
Hey, does it start? Let's hear this sucker real quick. Let's give him a little taste of it.
Well, without
the exhaust you want.
We took the fishtails off, so let's fire it up.
So, second to last thing on the Dyna, a little before and after on the motor mounts. This is the before. Thing is a little grimed up, but mostly just mangled and cracked in a few places. This is the brand new motor mount.
You can see all the split connections. Obviously a lot more sturdier rubber, so you probably get less shake on idle.
That'll do you. Right on. Well, this isn't a carbureted bike.
No, it's not, but it's getting some new front rotors on it.
Nice.
I will tell you something, riding those new bikes the way they are really great machines. They're solid, they're fast, they're nimble. You can't beat it, but I'm having one hell of a good time on this carbureted bike.
You took that out over the weekend, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
So we've got, all the bikes are mostly done. We've got the 01 Road King. I'm just missing a pipe and some tires. We got the 01 Dyna. Josh, you're missing a windscreen and some tires.
I got a windshield coming tomorrow, got pushed back a day, tires, and then a new battery is on its way. If you noticed in these shots, there's no battery cover.
Yep. And on the 05 Electric Glide, you've done everything but the slip-ons, right? And you may not use them, or?
Depending how it goes, but I'm waiting for a windshield, maybe a phone mount. I usually do not name my motorcycles or my cars or my trucks.
We told him that.
But I found a name for it, and I'm not going to tell you guys yet.
Oh, so he's lying about it.
No, it's a surprise name.
But my name is Superman. So, and the Purple People Eater
your
and the
name
Dyna
doesn't
is
count.
a Screamer.
Your
That's
name
what we're
doesn't
gonna call
count.
The Screamer.
The Screamer.
Whoa. Also, we're testing out a new camera right now that we're going to be testing out on our upcoming trip to Milwaukee in like 3 days across the country.
So we hope you enjoyed this bike build. We had a really good time. We want to thank Rob Scott. He really helped us out. He was here for a few days. I think these bikes are pretty much ready. We're going to head to Milwaukee, and then when we get back, we'll put some miles on them.
Yes, and when we do put some miles on it, I might reveal the name then.
Yes, so the bikes are sitting out. We're going to shoot a little thumbnail that you already saw. We just wanted to give you guys a heads up with our crazy travel schedule. We got 5 days of riding to Milwaukee, about 2,400 miles. We're going to hang out at the Harley-Davidson Homecoming Rally. We're going to see Chris Stapleton, Hank Williams Jr., all that stuff. That being said, we're going to be on the road every day, hustle bustle. There might be a week, which is next week. And if you're watching this in the future and it's not July 2025, disregard this. But there might be a dead week where we don't have a weekly episode dropping. But trust, we got some pretty rad stuff in the works.
And I also know that we will have a ride in from outside of Milwaukee to the House of Harley in Milwaukee. We may have a couple others joining us too. I heard Dillon Brothers may have some, so pay attention, look at the drops, and hey, we're gonna have a great time.
Hey, see you down the road.
Down that road.